Flow 0. That's my response to this question. Welcome to Q&A number 4. And as always, if you have any burning questions, make sure to leave them down below or on my Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube community post when I ask for questions. If you're new here, I like to solve Rubik's Cubes, make sure to tap the like button or high five the subscribe button to join my online Rubik's Cube cult. Let's get on to the video. Also, random note, I am standing up because why not? Mobility is good, and I don't know, maybe it'll be more interesting if I stand up and wave my arms around a lot. So that's it. Let's get on to the questions. So firstly, are you going to do anything special for 12,000 subscribers, or is it just a milestone and you want to keep it consistent? Yeah, recently I did reach 12,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. I'm still a little behind on the giveaway for 10k, but I promise that will happen eventually. And for me, I think the big milestones will be, it's kind of a wild number to say, but 20,000 and 50,000 subscribers if I ever get there. So I'll probably do something big if I ever get to those numbers. But yeah, awesome. And thank you to you guys for making this all possible. Are you a Potterhead? Question 1, are you a Potterhead? Absolutely, 100%. I have all the books over there, and I have multiple copies of some of them because I ripped the first ones because I read them so much. And if so, which house are you in? I took the Pottermore test multiple times, and I've gotten Slytherin and Ravenclaw, so I suppose both? Yeah, so love Harry Potter. Have ever since I've been super, super young. Hey Dana, try to pronounce 2 of the hardest German words ever. I don't know how to pronounce these, so I'm gonna look this up. Let's see, translate squirrel to German. Okay, what does this sound like? This sounds like
Eichhörnchen.
Eichhörnchen is all I got. Okay, so that's for the first one I attempted. Let's see, the second one is matchbox. Oh my, there are a lot of letters in this one. Let's see, this sounds like
Streichholzschachtel.
Streichholzschachtel. That's all I got. I don't speak German, clearly, to any means, so rate me on a scale of 0 to 1 because that was probably really bad. Question 4, and I got this question in a couple forms, so it was asked as not cubing related, but which languages can you code? What programming languages do you know? And what programming languages do you something that Instagram, as always, lovely cut off. Lovely? Is that a word? Not a word. Cut off for me. So for programming, let's see. I started with Java. I know C, some MATLAB, OCaml, a little bit of HTML and CSS, like most people. Probably have dabbled in a couple other languages that I'm not remembering right now, but those are the main ones. So yeah, programming is always cool. I do have a engineering shirt on today, accidentally. So yeah, if the meaning of life is an anagram of the engine of a film, and that is an anagram of the fine game of nil, where nil means nothing, is the meaning of life the game of nothing? I don't really know how to answer this question, but if you read this in a really deep voice, really slowly, it sounds really, really prophetic. So, or I don't know if that's the word. It sounds really deep. So I'll say that. It sounds deep. Don't know what it means. Let's move on. Question 6, and I got this song in a couple forms. First version was, do you know any songs from Hamilton? Absolutely. I know all the songs from Hamilton. I can rap basically all of them. Almost Guns and Chips, you know. And what 2x2 would you recommend? I don't know any 2x2s on the market. Don't really have an answer for that one. And the second one, the favorite Hamilton song, and theirs is Nonstop because the end is all the favorites combined. I do love Nonstop, but I have to say my favorite is Satisfied because I love Angelica and I can sing the whole song. Request if you want that down below. Don't actually, I probably won't do that, but I love Satisfied and I love Hamilton. Do you like potatoes? Without an E. First, there's an E in potatoes. I hope so. And second, yes, potatoes are great. I love fries. I love mashed potatoes. I like potatoes, I guess. They're good and starchy and kind of healthy. Unclear. But I like potatoes. I feel like there's not a lot of food that I don't really like. Is the Pyraminx rule out? Currently it's not out, but it will be released. As to when that will be, no clue. But yes, it is out. It's not a bait, scam, whatever. Yeah, it's really here, and I have 2 of them, and they're really, really nice. I haven't actually gotten to getting faster at Pyraminx, but hopefully that will happen sometime in the future. How long did you stay at sub 12? Okay, the nuanced thing with this question is once you get to sub 12, you usually stay sub 12. So I've been sub 12 since 2014-ish, so I guess 6 years. I know the question this person is trying to ask, but I answered the one that they actually asked. Question 10, and this is in all caps, so I'm going to stand back a little bit so I can yell, and I'll try and do this in one breath. Okay. Are you going to do cubing in your whole life? You know there's lots more than fun things to do than cubing. Yeah, I read these comments as they are, and that one was quite interesting. So as for this, I honestly don't know. I think it'd be nice to cube at least part-time or just, you know, for fun for the entirety of my life, though that may be a long time. I might physically be unable to or just not have the time to do it as I get older and do adult stuff. And there's lots more fun things to do in cubing. I do know this. I have other hobbies. I do other things, and cubing is not my life, but it is part of my life. That was really loud. That's my response to this question. 11. Why are you running for president? PSA, I'm not running for president. In the United States, I believe you have to be 35 years old, and I'm not 35 years old, so that's one thing I don't meet, so I will not be running for president. Do you listen to music while cubing? Yes, then which genre? No, then why? Yeah, so when I'm cubing, my ears obviously aren't solving the cube, so I'll either listen to music, watch some TV, or watch YouTube videos, and if I'm listening to music, usually just musical theater songs, you know. What's new? Okay, 13. This is also quite a lengthy one. Okay, why do you think guys like Felix, Max, Timon, and Leo are so much better than everyone? Just wondering your thoughts. Okay, you can read the rest. There's a lot of text. There's a lot of words. I think it's a mix of knowing the right things to learn, knowing what to work on and improve, because the difference between them and other not as fast people is, well, not definitively, but they know where their weaknesses are and they know how to work on them. Additionally, people like Timon and Leo, they're much younger, so they have much more time to practice. So that's where they've been able to improve so quickly, just because they have the time to dedicate, they have the time to practice every day for it. Whereas older cubers like myself or just other cubers might not have as much time if you're like in college, high school, whatever, and you have more things to do. But obviously it's a mix of a lot of other factors that I'm not covering. But yeah, those are the ones I can think of as of right now. Tingman says, so apparently you're a musical buff. Can you prove it? I don't know how I would prove this. If you want to ask a more specific question, I love to, though I have taken those like BuzzFeed quizzes or whatever about musical theater and I've done pretty well in them. So I like to think I'm pretty well versed in musical theater, and just honestly anybody who likes musical theater, yeah, if you like one musical, if you like 10, 20, 30, 100, I don't know, ask a more specific question. I'd love to answer it. How many how to become a better cuber videos do you think you will make? Also, I love your videos. Firstly, thank you. I do put a lot of time and effort into them. So if you haven't already, boom to the like button and bop to the subscribe button. That's too much. All right. How many of them will I make? So the way I actually do make them is I record a lot of my solves when I'm practicing, and then I'll look through as firstly a way to know what's going wrong in my solves, and then if I see a solve that's really good, I'll pick out what's good about it, or if there's an interesting alg or ZBL or whatever, I'll try and make a video about that. So basically, as long as I keep doing interesting things in my solves, I'll make videos about it, which they probably will run out at some point in the future, but hopefully I'll be able to make a lot of content and people will be able to learn a lot of things from them. Question 16. Do you like metal? I was thinking of metal like aluminum and copper and other like physical metals. I don't know why I did this. If they're referring to music, no. If they're talking about the elements, yes, because they're needed to do essential life things, I guess. Do you have any major goals with regards to cubing, or are you just going with the flow for now? Obviously right now I can't really have any goals. Honestly, my goals at home are just to practice if I have time, learn some new things, learn some new algs, and maybe get into pure. We shall see about that. So for now I'm going with the flow of things. When competitions start up again, maybe I'll have more set goals, but for now just sort of practicing for fun, learning as much as I can in my free time, and going with the flow, I don't know, as people say, as this person said. Yeah. Other than being a Speedcuber, what are other sports you do? I can read. I promise I can read. Well, right now I'm not really leaving my house, so I'm not really doing any sports, but I am running when it's under 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 37-ish degrees Celsius. That's probably not the right conversion, but it's really, really hot, so I don't like going outside here. But otherwise, I've play/do running, cross country, I've done that in the past, and just running for general exercise. Tennis, karate, gymnastics. I think those are mostly it. I like sports. I like exercising. I like doing stuff outside, except when it's really, really hot. And it's really, really hot in my room right now because I'm upstairs and I've turned off the fan and like the air conditioning isn't on, so it's hot. Anyway, that's just me complaining. Now let's move on. Thoughts for COLL for OH and big cubes, and longest break taken from cubing. I don't do OH, so I don't have comments on that, and I do use COLL on big cubes just because they translate pretty normally and it's fine, I guess, so it doesn't help you improve as much on big cubes because most of your solve isn't going to be in the 3x3 stage. And the longest break taken from cubing, I think it was about 2 years. If you look at my WCA profile, I had one competition at the beginning of 2014. It was Princeton maybe, and then my next competition after that was the end of 2015, and it was Manhasset maybe 2015. So I took an almost 2-year break there, and then after 2015 and then in 2016 and forward I started going to a lot of competitions. And yeah, here we are. They're super fun. I think I took a break because, what was that? That was freshman, junior, sophomore year of high school. So I think I was probably just getting a lot of work and didn't have as much time to practice practicing and go to competitions, and I made it more of a priority in later years, so I've been able to go to a lot of competitions. Question/comment 20, I don't even know. LMAO, you look young because you are Asia. Since I do take these comments literally, I am not the entire continent of Asia. I'm a little bit smaller, and I'm in the United States, so I don't really know what to make of this question. Really like that fast TPS. What do you think are the positive and negative effects of lockdown on your country? I live in the United States, where there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I won't talk about politics, so I'm just going to talk about it as pertains to me as an individual, so I try not to offend anyone because I'm just talking about my personal experience. So personally for me, a lot of the negatives are being stuck inside, not being able to see people, not being able to do things, not being able to leave my house. Did I already say not being able to leave my house? Oh, and the fact that it's 100 degrees outside and my room is really, really, really hot. Okay, as for positives, since I'm not going outside, seeing people, doing things, I'm not spending any money, so I've been able to save a lot of money while in quarantine, which is really, really nice. And I've been able to spend a lot more time with my family, which I haven't been able to do in a while, which is really, really nice. Again, dissuading, staying away, avoiding politics, because that's a whole nother can of worms, and I really, really don't want to do that. How do you get such a clear skin? Well, I have a big skin, like not just one. I guess though the skin is like one organ or whatever. I just wash my face twice a day. I don't really do anything special, or it's because I'm Asia. I'm the entire continent of Asia. I think this is Spanish. I don't know what it means. Puedes leer esto? Let's look this up. This means you can read this. I can read it. I can say it. I didn't know what it means. I now know what it means. Puedes leer esto. Let's see how it's supposed to be said.
Puedes leer esto.
Puedes leer esto. Close enough. I also don't speak Spanish, so come at me. Are you running as a Democrat or a Republican? I'm not running for president, so I'm not running as a Democrat or Republican, and we're not talking about politics on this channel. So yeah, question 25. What is your favorite comp ever? Honestly, that's really, really hard. Just in recent memory, probably World Championships 2019, because I was able to go to Australia and the couple weeks that surrounded it. So Warm Up Sydney was, I think, a week before, so I had a chance to see a lot of friends again, visit a lot of really cool places. I'd never been to Australia before, and it was really, 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 really awesome. Lots of great experiences. I do have vlogs up if you want to throw back a bit. It's almost exactly a year ago, so yeah, definitely miss that. Definitely miss comps, and that was definitely one of my favorite comps, just because I got to see so many friends from around the world and got to see so many new things, try new foods, and things like that. I think this is one of those tongue twister things, but it's slightly wrong, so I'll just read it the way it is. I don't actually know. I haven't really looked at one of these in a while. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck can't chuck wood? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck can't chuck wood? Well, if it can't chuck wood, it wouldn't chuck any wood, right? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck can't chuck wood? 0. The answer is 0. 0. In your opinion, which WCA event is the most worth watching? I'd have to say 3x3 because it's a good mix of time, because 2x2, Pyraminx cube, and things like that, they're super, super fast. If you kind of watch and don't really know what's happening, it's kind of like solve and then wait a minute for scramble, running, blah, 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 blah. And then larger events, maybe even 4x4. 3x3 and 4x4, I believe, are optimal in terms of time watching, interestingness of watching. I'm just making up grammatical and English words here. And other events like 6x6, 7x7, I don't think they are as interesting to watch because you're just kind of seeing the same thing, or don't really know what's happening from the audience, whereas an event like 3x3 or 4x4, you can get excited in like 6-7 seconds. Probably 3x3 or 4x4, just because they're long enough to keep your interest but not too long to lose it. Excited for the Speedcubers Netflix documentary. Yes, and these clips and stuff were filmed at competitions that I was at, so it'd be really interesting to watch and see how they sort of turn the clips and what kind of story and what kind of sort of message or, I don't know, theme throughout the thing they make through it. So I definitely am excited to watch it. July 29th. So yeah, watch it. It's gonna be on Netflix. I'll be watching it. Yeah, should be super, super interesting. I'm really excited to see speed cubing in the mainstream. As a delegate, will cubing ever be normal again after this pandemic, or will we add extra precautionary measures for the safety of everyone? This question can be extended to, will life ever be normal again? And I think no, until we get a vaccine or something like that. Things will have to change in order to maintain the safety of everybody. So this doesn't pertain to even just cubing competitions, but at least in the time being, more precautionary measures will have to be taken. What's your education qualification? I'm not interviewing for a job here, but I'm currently in a bachelor's program, and I do have a, not degree, whatever it's called when you graduate from high school. I don't know. Does this person want to give me a job? I can give you my resume if if you want that. Question, comment, concern, response 31 is hello. And whenever I see / hear the word hello, I think of two things. I think of first, the song by Adele, and secondly, the beginning of the Book of Mormon. Hello. I got this question 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's your favorite film / movie? What's your all-time favorite movie? What's your favorite movie? And your favorite video game? What's your favorite movie? Okay, so for the video game one, I don't really play video games, so I don't have a favorite. As for my favorite movie, that's a really, really hard one. I suppose in recent memory, I've been watching a lot of Marvel movies, and I really enjoy those. I could never pin down my favorite movie of all time, because I do watch a lot of movies, and I have different genres of interest, and yeah, so right now, I guess my like conglomeration of favorite movies are the Marvel ones. What are you studying in uni, and which year are you? In America, we call it college. Okay, I'm just kidding, but I'm studying computer engineering, and in the fall, I'll be a senior, so my 4th year. I'll be graduating this year, which is crazy to think about. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Who let this happen? When am I gonna be a real adult? I also got this question 3 times. Is cubing your only job, and what is your hobby besides cubing? Is cubing your only job before the quarantine? If not, what's your other jobs? And is cubing your profession or job? Cubing is not my job or profession. I don't think I could live off of cubing, though I know people who have successfully made careers out of it. For me, cubing is a hobby and an interest and just something I like to do. I like to make videos about. Otherwise, what are your other jobs? I'm currently an intern at Amazon, and during the school year, I am a TA, and then hopefully when I graduate, I'll have a full-time job. So I don't know, maybe updates in a year. We shall see what's up with that. Ooh, a Facebook comment. What did your parents think when you started cubing? Honestly, I don't think they really thought much of it. It just was sort of something I did. Also, I was 10 and 11, so I was just sort of trying a lot of new hobbies, and I think they were maybe a little surprised that it stuck over all these years, but they were very supportive, taking me to competitions before I could drive and stuff. Always definitely supportive. Maybe a little bit annoyed when I asked for new cubes, but you know, that sort of dwindled down over the years. So definitely super supportive, and a huge reason as to why I'm still in the community today, because when I was 11, I couldn't drive, so I got to comps by being like, hello, please drive me. Thanks. Thank you. I guess I got this question kind of, again, were your parents always supportive of cubing? If they weren't at the beginning, when did they realize that you had potential? My parents always were supportive of cubing by, again, taking me to competitions and buying me new cubes sometimes until I was able to get them on my own and drive to comps on my own. As for realizing I had potential, I think I started really caring about cubing in 2015, 2016 forward, and by that time I had gotten a license, so my parents didn't really need to drive me to competitions, so it was more up to me to sort of go to more competitions and meet more people and encourage my own hobby. Question 37. Do you speak Russian or Ukrainian? I do not. I speak English, Chinese, and French. The only thing I know how to say in Russian is "Я не говорю по-русски," which means I don't speak Russian. So 0 out of 10 for pronunciation, but an attempt was made, and so no, I do not speak Russian or Ukrainian. Do women like cake? The answer is yes, because everybody likes cake. Cake is good. If you want to send me a cake, hit me up. I also like brownies and macaroons and macaron, whatever, and other sweets, crepes, whatever. I don't like all types of cake, but most people like cake, so I don't know what this question is really asking. What's your favorite Michael Jackson song with the icon? What is that called? Profile picture as Michael Jackson? Honestly, I don't know. He has a lot of great songs. I'd probably have to say Smooth Criminal. I do love that one. And last question. Can you say bip bip for 10 times? Why not? We're on the last question. Okay. Bip 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 bip. Yeah. So yeah, that was 40 questions I was able to answer for this Q&A. If you have any burning questions, interesting, boring, spicy, I don't know, insert other adjective here question, make sure to leave it down below, or when I post on YouTube community, Instagram, or Facebook. Feel free to ask me whatever you want. Really, really wild things I may not answer, but I tried to answer as many things as I can. And thanks again, guys. I think we're at 12,000 now, which is absolutely incredible. Make sure if you haven't already to bump the like button, high five the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe for the latest content.